What is going on, good people of YouTube? It is me, Chavez, back with another NBA player prop video for you. Today is Sunday, November 19th, 2023. As always, hope this video finds you doing well and in good spirits. We're going to recap some plays, we're going to go over injury news, and then we're going to go over brand new plays for Sunday. I have a total of 3 plays that I like for today's 9-game slate in the NBA. So if all that sounds good, stick around, drop a like, sub up, and click that notification icon so that you're notified of all upcoming content and videos from me and my channel. And without further delay, let us get into our 2 plays from Saturday. All right, first play we talked about in yesterday's video, Bismack Biyombo points prop. Took it at 7. He goes over 7. That is 5 games out of the last 6 games. He's gone over points, and he's gone over points with double-digit points. So good time to attack his points prop right now. As long as he's getting those starter minutes, that starter run, and Tillman remains out, Bismack Biyombo should continue to produce. Second play we talked about, Luka Doncic taking the over 37.5 points and assists. He does this for us, goes well over, all the way into the 40s. We only needed 38, but he was so kind that he gave us 40 plus points and assists. Not only did he give us that, but he helped us get to 2-0 for Saturday. So 2 wins, 0 losses, and that brings us to 7-1 over the last 4 days, looking to keep this momentum going and end the weekend strong. Hopefully our plays today can help us do so. Before we get into those plays, let's quickly catch up, brush up on some injury news in the NBA. All right, injury news is as follows. We got Donovan Mitchell, Bradley Beal already ruled out. Jaylen Brown and LeBron James headline the Q-tag list, followed by Kevin Huerter, Yuta Watanabe, Tari Eason, Dennis Smith Jr., Killian Hayes, Isaiah Livers, and then probable, we got AD, OG, and Jalen Suggs. We got a damn eye chart. AD, OG Anunoby, and Jalen Suggs, and that is going to round out our injury news in the NBA. All right, so now we get into our plays for Sunday. I got 3 of them to share with you. If you're new to the channel, here's what I do. I'm going to present a few plays that I like for today. I'm going to take those plays, head over to props.cash, and use the resources there to break them down so that by the end of this video, you will not only know who I like, but you'll know why I like them. So without further delay, let us get into our first play of the day. It is going to be a points and rebounds prop for Goga Bitadze. I like the over on this one. Second play that I want to talk about will be Nick Claxton, 8.5 rebounds. I'll be looking to take the under on this one. And last play we'll be talking about is our thumbnail cover, Fred VanVleet, looking to take the over 22.5 points and rebounds. Now let's take these plays, let's head over to props.cash and start breaking them down. All right, I tell you what, let's start off with Fred VanVleet. Let's start off with our cover, our thumbnail cover here, looking to take the over 22.5 points and rebounds. Now this is set to 23.5 on all the sports books, so we're already getting it at a lower line, taking on a Lakers defense that's allowing 114 points per game and 45.8 rebounds per game. That rebound total is pretty high, and it's the 8th most in the NBA. And keep in mind, this is a Lakers team that the Rockets just finished beating up on, won by 30 points, I believe. That game was never close, and because of that blowout, Fred VanVleet didn't come close to hitting this line. He only finished with 13 points and rebounds, didn't even see 30 minutes in that game. If you're just listening to this content, not watching the video, I'm scrolling down, I'm showing the minutes breakdown for that LA game. 29.3 minutes played in that game versus LA. Let's take a look at what opposing point guards have done versus this Lakers team when grabbing boards, when scoring points. A lot of guys have gone over this line and done so in convincing fashion. Starting off with De'Aaron Fox, 33 points and rebounds. Marcus Smart wasn't able to go over his line, but his teammate, Jacob Gilyard, was able to go over his line. You have there's Fred VanVleet, 13 points and rebounds back on the 8th. Scrolling down, Aaron Holiday did go over his line. of 7.5. Kyle Lowry had 9, 19 for Cole Anthony, 15 for Anthony Black, 35 for Westbrook, 18 for Markelle Fultz, 41 for De'Aaron Fox, 20 for Jordan Goodwin, 11 for Reggie Jackson. Donovan Mitchell got 7 on a 5.5 points and rebound. Well, that can't be correct. 5.5 or Davion Mitchell. Okay. Davion Mitchell, not Donovan Mitchell, on a 5.5 points and rebounds line. You get the picture here. A lot of point guards are going over their points and rebounds prop line versus the LA Lakers. Let's take a look at what Fred VanVleet has been up to as a Rocket over his last 10 games. He has gone over this line. Let me go ahead and reduce this to 22.5. And we can see that he has gone over this in 7 out of his last 10 games. Or excuse me, 6 out of his last 10 games, 3 out of his last 5, but he has gone over this in 3 straight games with 23 or more points and rebounds. This is a fantastic game for Fred VanVleet. I expect it to be a lot closer, being that it's being played in LA versus Houston. No blowouts. Fred VanVleet should get his full starters minutes, and should be plenty of opportunity for him to get the over on it. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to take the over 22.5 points and rebounds for Fred VanVleet, and that is going to be our first play for today. All right, moving into our Nick Claxton rebound prop. Honestly, this one is pretty straightforward. All right, minus 132 odds to go under. Heavy juice on the under. The reason being is that the defense, Philadelphia's defense, is pretty strong this season. All right. So far, they're allowing the 6th fewest rebounds per game at only 41.3 per game. 30.2 defensive rebounds per game. That is the second fewest in the league. It's a tough matchup for Nick Claxton. Okay. I know he's had his success against the 76ers in the playoffs, especially in the playoffs. He's not afraid of Embiid. He's not intimidated by Embiid, but Embiid's still a big guy. He's still a big problem for opposing centers. He has gone over this line 3 out of the last 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games, but this is just a tough matchup for Nick Claxton. I'm willing to take the under on this one at 8.5. He has to get 9 to finish with the over on this one. And if we just take a look at his 10 games on the year, he has gone 9 or more. And actually, that's not correct. There you go. He's only gone over this line 1 time out of the 4 games he's been active this season. So I just don't like the matchup for this. I'm willing to take the under on it. Sometimes it is scary to take the under, but when the math adds up and the numbers look good, then sometimes that's what we have to do. So that's what I'm going to do in this instance. I'm going to take the under 8.5 rebounds for Nick Claxton versus the 76ers, and that is going to be our second play for today. All right, we're going to end this in big fashion with the big man from Orlando, Goga Bitadze, looking at a points and rebounds line of 15.5. This one is set to 16.5 on most books, so we're already getting it at a lower line. Facing off against the Indiana defense that's allowing 123.4 points per game. That is second most in the NBA. They're also allowing 44.5 rebounds per game. That's 17th in the NBA. 32.8 defensive rebounds. That's 13th in the NBA. But they are allowing a ton of offensive rebounds. So 11.6 offensive rebounds per game. So think in terms of Goga putting up a shot, grabbing his own rebound, putting it back up again. You can rack up 3 rebounds and 2 points in one possession very quickly. So this defense for Indiana will allow production to centers. Over his last 10 games, we can take a look and see that he has gone over this line in 4 out of those 10 games. Looking at it a little closer over his last 5 games, 3 out of the last 5 games. So Goga is seeing what we saw from Bismack Biyombo in terms of a newer role due to injury. So Carter Jr. is out with that hand injury in Orlando, meaning Goga steps in and gets to play a bigger role, more usage for him. He's not going to play 30, 40 minutes a game, but If he can stay on the floor, stay out of foul trouble, give us upwards of 23, 24 minutes per game, that is plenty of time for him to hit the over on this line. If you are interested in knowing what opposing centers have done versus Indiana, we can check out the game log here. If you're watching this video, you're seeing quite a few check marks, quite a few X's, but keep in mind, a lot of these centers aren't starters. They're not playing big minutes, but those centers who are, like Joel Embiid, have gone over their line. Joel Embiid, back-to-back games of 50 points and rebounds. You had Zach Collins get you 19. You had Charles Bassey get you 13. Nick Richards gets you 20. Mark Williams gets you 34. Jared Allen gets you 17. Kristaps gets you 19. 41 for Nikola Vucevic. So even though all these guys aren't going over their prop, they are getting you enough to go over the prop that we have for today, which is 15.5. Again, just a very strong matchup for Goga. Minus 105 to go under this 16.5 line, but when we reduced it to 15.5, I guarantee you that the odds shift in favor of the over. So with all that being said, for me, this one's an easy over. We're going to take it 15.5 points and rebounds for Goga Bitadze, and that is going to be our third and final play for Sunday. All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you made it this far, and I hope that you did, please consider subbing up to the channel. You know, 65% of you, 65-ish% of you won't like this video, will not leave a comment. Let's prove those stats wrong. Drop a like. Click that bell, leave me a comment, let me know what you like on the board as well as your thoughts on these three plays. Consider sharing this channel. Sharing is caring. Consider sharing this video with somebody you know. And last but not least, no matter what player props you decide to roll with for Sunday, I hope that they all respect the damn coin. Best of luck to you all. And until my next NBA player prop video / podcast, Chavez is